COPWATCH, policing the police every single day.
The kids wanted me to bury them close so that they can put flowers or whatever anytime. I woke up, somebody knocking on my window, and so I came to the front, and it was one of my friends here that's in the back, and he told me that the police were here earlier and on my lawn. So I wondered how'd they get on my lawn. Samson won't let them, and I looked for my dog. He wasn't around. I tried to feed him. I couldn't find him. Someone gave me the card that was on the door, so I called it. And when I called it, it was to a district attorney. And I asked him, you know, I told him, I understand you guys were here. I said, you know, what, do you need to talk to me, or you know, what is that you need? And I asked him a question, and he answered me with a question. He says, "Is Annette your girlfriend?" And I'm like, what? I said, no, you know, and he says, oh, well, I got some bad news for you. Not word for word, but the best I can remember. He says, I got some bad news for you. And I said, what's that? And he says, my officers were on your premises, and your dog got aggressive, so we had to put him down. I'm like, what? Yeah, I was in shock. I mean, that's my son, you know. He's I said, you killed Samson? And he says, yeah, he got aggressive, so we had to put him down. What? You know, and I didn't know what to ask. I didn't know what I was thinking. I was just saddened, you know. I was, you know, he's my son. He's my best friend. To make matters worse, there was the police officer, or I'm not sure what he was, a sheriff or whatever, peeing right there on my fence. If it had been anybody else, they would have arrested him. You know, and you know, that just made me feel worse. Like, they killed my dog, and now they're slapping me in the face, peeing on my property. You know, what the heck is that?
Watch, cops break into innocent man's yard, kill his dog, steal his body, then urinate on his plants. An innocent man couldn't figure out what happened to his dog until he watched his surveillance footage and saw it was the cops who killed him and stole his body. By J. Sermopoulos, June 24, 2018. Dos Palos resident George Aguirresti filed a $1 million suit in Merced County after authorities came onto his property without a warrant last month and killed his 5-year-old pit bull, Samson. The entire ordeal was captured on surveillance cameras installed on the property. To add insult to injury, after killing his dog, whom Aguirresti referred to as his best friend and son, the officer can be seen urinating on Aguirresti's fence. Authorities have yet to explain why they came onto the 61-year-old Dos Palos resident's property despite signs being posted on the front gate noting no trespassing and beware of dog. A report in Merced Sun-Star explained. He said he woke up May 30th with a neighbor knocking on his window who said officers had been in his fenced-in yard. The 61-year-old noted he has beware of dog and no trespassing signs on the front gate. Aguirresti said he went outside to feed Samson and Delilah, another pit bull, but couldn't find the male. After finding a business card wedge in the screen door, he called the number, which was for an investigator for the Merced County District Attorney's Office. Efforts to reach the lead investigator by phone were unsuccessful on Thursday. It was an investigator who told the homeowner that an officer had killed his dog, Aguirresti said. He'd slept through it all. I was just in shock. My mind just went, Aguirresti said. Eventually, I said, is there something you needed to ask me? And, the officer, says, no, that's about it. After being informed that his dog had been killed, Aguirresti reviewed footage from the surveillance cameras on his property. The footage revealed that around 8:30 a.m. a male and female officer entered the property through the front gate where the signs were posted. The female officer can be seen walking towards the porch of the residence, at which point Sampson comes down the stairs and takes a stance between the front door of the home and the officer. At this point the officer appears to use pepper spray, which only serves to agitate Sampson, who begins to move toward the officer. The officer can then be seen pulling a firearm and shooting/killing the dog. While likely not aware they were being recorded, the two officers can then be seen taking Sampson's dead body, and an investigator can be seen washing Sampson's blood off of the driveway with a garden hose. "They killed my dog and they stole it," Gualtieri said. The fact that these officers took the dog and attempted to wash away the blood is indicative of an attempt at covering up the truth of the incident, in that these officers came onto private property, which warned to beware of dog and no trespassing, and proceeded to then kill an animal that was doing what it was supposed to be doing, and where it was supposed to be. Sadly, this is not an exception to the rule, as TFTP has reported time and time again on cases of police officers shooting dogs maliciously and without regard. In fact, just the other day we reported on the case of an officer shooting at a dog in a small room, resulting in a 9-year-old child being shot in the face. Sampson is now buried on the property, and a neighbor's children, who played with the dog often, have made a cross for his headstone, Gualtieri said. Gualtieri said that he doesn't hate law enforcement, but just wants justice for Sampson. "He was a good boy," he said. "He didn't deserve that." Police use who may want to retaliate against him physically.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County, and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.